Chip, chip. I got everything that I can ask for. These niggas raise a glass for. Bitches putting lipstick in my passport. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. I'm your host, Tony Bahama, and welcome to the Caribbean Basketball Report for the week of July 21st, 2019. Before we take you around the Caribbean again with this report, first of all, please like, share, subscribe to the All Bahamian brand and ABBC Sports and News to get your fix and your information on all things Caribbean basketball happenings. Please like, share, subscribe, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Thank you. Hit that like button. Leading off this week's report is our news on the 2019 NBA Summer League. The NBA Summer League recently concluded on the 17th of this month or last week, and the Caribbean did have representation in almost every top tier caliber team that was there. From Jamaica, by way of Canada, for the Memphis Grizzlies, the NBA Summer League champions for the 2019 Memphis Grizzlies, I might add. 6'9" forward Brandon Clark, top 20 pick, and was selected MVP of the NBA Summer League. Brandon Clark did have a quality outgoing and outshowing there at the league, averaged a double double, and did have double figure points and rebounds in virtually every contest he competed in. Also from St. Lucia, by way of Canada, was three-time NBA champion, 6'8" forward Chris Boucher, from recently of winning two titles with the Golden State Warriors, and then recently winning a title on last season with the Toronto Raptors. Boucher did have 21 points and 9 rebounds in one contest and did show his promise on this past Summer League season and expects to be a key cog, hopefully, for the defending 2019 NBA champion Toronto Raptors. Also making news from the U.S. Virgin Islands was 6'11" and first round draft pick from the U.S. Virgin Islands was 6'11" forward or stretch four was Nicholas Claxton, who was promising and showed enough for the Brooklyn Nets to basically sign him an offer sheet, shut him down for the rest of the Summer League after basically 2 games. But he did show enough to gain a contract, guaranteed contract, that allows him to, of course, be a part of the Brooklyn Nets moving forward on this season. Claxton will, of course, be playing with NBA All-Stars Kevin Durant and NBA All-Star Kyrie Irving for the Brooklyn Nets. To WNBA news, Jonquel Jones from the Bahamas continues her reign of terror as winning her fourth out of the last 5 Eastern Conference WNBA Players of the Week awards, and Jonquel Jones is firmly stating her case also as a WNBA All-Star candidate. Or MVP candidate. She was recently selected as an All-Star starter on this past weekend to the WNBA All-Star game, which will take place in Las Vegas, Nevada. Jonquel Jones, please continue, go out and support, as she firmly states and continues to push her WNBA MVP campaign forward by her performances on the basketball court. In Caribbean basketball this week, the 2019 Central Caribbean Basketball Championships at the 17 level will take place in Puerto Rico at the San Juan at the Coliseum de Roberto Clemente. Of those teams represented are Jamaica, Trinidad, U.S. Virgin Islands, and the Bahamas on both sides, El Salvador, Puerto Rico, and Dominican Republic on Mexico on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, please go in and support. Log on to see coverage and reports periodically of these games of the next promising young student athletes and athletes coming from out of the Caribbean. Also taking place on this week in the Disney's Wide World of Sports right in Orlando, Florida, is the Disney All Star or the Disney AAU National Championships. The AAU National Championships do have quality teams from all across the Caribbean. There have been consistently teams from Puerto Rico. There has been teams from the Dominican Republic, and most recently the Bahamas and U.S. and the British Virgin Islands also having representation at these events. Providence Storm from Nassau, Bahamas was one of those teams that won a national championship at in the gold division at the AAU National Championships and are back to claim or to show promise in their title. For anybody interested, please go on, log on to AAU Nationals, or go out and see if you're in the Orlando area. Teams from around the Caribbean represent and present their best players on the AAU national stage. At the local level, the NBA Digicel Jumpstart Camp was and is currently ongoing as of today in Trinidad and Tobago. Of those making their presence known there is two-time NBA All-Star and former NBA champion Karan Butler, who was present, did give out some instruction, did give a few words of wisdom to some of the top prospects in and around and from around the entire Caribbean. That's about it for all the time we have for today. This has been the Caribbean Basketball Report for the week of the 21st of July 2019. Please continue to support and make these quality programs and reports possible by liking, sharing, and sponsoring these quality productions and keeping yourself and keep growing Caribbean basketball. Please, I'm your host, Tony Bahama. This is the Caribbean Basketball Report, and I just thought you'd like to know.
Woo, 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 woo. Chip, chip, chip. I got